All right, so once again, solving one-step fraction equation with multiplicative inverse. You're going to follow the same rules as if they were whole numbers. Excuse me. Except this time it's fractions, so when we take the multiplicative inverse of a fraction, it is just the reciprocal. So once again, we're going to flip that fraction over to get the reciprocal or the multiplicative inverse. Okay, so right here, step one, you multiply both sides of the equation by the multiplicative inverse of the coefficient. Once again, the coefficient is the number that is in front of the variable, so 2/3. So the multiplicative inverse would be 3/2. Once again, the multiplicative inverse is the number that you multiply a number by to get 1. So 3 times 2 is 6, 2 times 3 is 6. You're going to get just 1. Okay, we apply that multiplicative inverse to both sides, and now we're going to be left with x on the left-hand side because these are going to cancel each other out. And then we're left with 4/10 times 3/2. So when multiplying fractions, you just multiply numerators together, multiply denominators together, simplify if possible. So 4 times 3 is 12, 10 times 2 is 20. 2 can go into both of these, so we're going to simplify that to 6/10. And 2 can go into that again, so technically 4 could have gone into both of them, but we can keep simplifying. So 2 goes into that, and we get 3/5. Okay, so this gives us our answer for x. Okay, next one, so same thing. We're going to multiply both sides by the multiplicative inverse of 4/9. So that would be 9/4 times 4/9 x. It's going to equal negative 5/7 times 9/4. Okay, so a negative times a positive, there's an odd number of negatives, therefore your outcome is going to be negative. Once again, left side, this cancels out, leaving us with x. And then on the right-hand side, we've got a negative 5 times 9, which equals a negative 45. And then 7 times 4 is going to give us 28. Okay, so here we've got to simplify this or write as a mixed number. So 28 on the outside, numerator on the inside. So 28 can go into 45 once. It's 28. When you minus that, you're going to 5 becomes 15, 4 becomes 3, 15 minus 8 is going to be 7, 3 minus 2 becomes 1, 17. So this becomes our whole number, numerator, and our denominator. So then x equals negative 1 and 17/28. Move that away so we can see it a little better. Okay, so this is our answer. Negative 1 and 17/28. Okay, last one. So we're going to follow the same steps, but on this one, first we need to convert the mixed numbers into improper fractions. In order to multiply fractions, mixed numbers, you have to convert them into improper fractions first. So once again, it's the denominator times the whole number plus the numerator. That'll give you your new numerator. So 3 times 1 plus 2 is 5. Denominator stays the same, so 5/3 x equals, so 4 times 3 is 12, 12 plus 1 is 13, 13/4. Okay, so now that we've done that, we multiply both sides by the multiplicative inverse of the coefficient, which is 5/3. Okay, so 3/5 times 5/3 x equals 13/4 times 3/5. Okay, so we've done our multiplication of the multiplicative inverse. On the left-hand side here, These are going to cancel out, leaving us with x. Now all we've got to do is take 13 times 3 and put it over 4 times 5. So 13 times 3 is going to be 39. 4 times 5 is 20. Okay, once again, it's an improper fraction, so now for our answer we want to return it to a mixed number. So denominator goes outside of the bracket, numerator goes in the bracket. 20 can go into 39 once, leaving us with a remainder of 19. Once again, your whole number, the remainder is your numerator, and what you are dividing by, or I guess your denominator stays the same. So that's going to equal 1 and 19/20. And so those are the steps for solving one-step equations with multiplicative inverse when we are dealing with fractions for coefficients and answers.